Yeah, sure.
Hey guys, so here's the Space Wolf setup. We have a drop pod with a Storm Bolter. Inside it is a Dreadnought. It's a regular Dreadnought. He has a heavy flamer and a great wolf claw, and then the multi-melta. We have a 10-man squad of Grey Hunters, all have chainswords, no special weapons, led by Ulrich the Slayer. We have a 5-man squad of Grey Hunters with a multi-melta, all have chainswords. They are in a Rhino. And then another squad of Grey Hunters, exact same setup, another Rhino. We have the Storm Fang gunship with heavy bolters, Storm Strike missiles, and the Hellfrost Destructor. The Long Fangs have 3 missile launchers with flak and 2 las cannons. Here's the Thunderwolf Cavalry. The leader has a wolf claw and a storm shield. We have 2 power fists with storm shields. And then we have 3 with storm shields and chain swords. My warlord is a wolf lord in runic armor, thunderhammer storm shield on a thunderwolf, and he has the helm of Durafrost. And then next we'll go to the Dark Angels.
Hey guys, this is CJ with F&P Wargaming, and I am going to be playing John as Space Wolves, and I'm going to be playing my Dark Angels. So let me go over my my list here real quick. So I'm going to be playing a Deathwing Strike Force. So right here I have Belial with a 10-man Terminator squad, another 5-man Terminator squad. This has we got a Thunderhammer, Cyclone Missile Launcher with Lightning Claws, and the rest are all Storm Bolters. Then right here we have the Sergeant with the Power Sword. I have 2 Thunderhammers and Storm Shields in there, 1 Cyclone Missile Launcher, and 1 guy with a Assault Cannon in there in the back. Then for an allied detachment, I have Asmodia, and he will be with this unit of Deathwing Knights, loaded in that dedicated transport right there of the Land Raider Redeemer. Unit of Scouts is my troop choice, and then I am bringing a Nephilim Flyer in, and so we'll get started and get this game going. So for this battle, we're going to do something pretty fun that goes with the fluff since he's playing Space Wolf and I'm playing Dark Angels. We're going to have our champions duel. So I'm going to fight with Asmodia and he's going to fight with Ulrich, and we'll see who wins this battle just for funs before we start our game. So we're about to start this battle. We're both initiative 5. I have 3 attacks because I'm going to use the Blades of Reason. So if he fails to save, I can get an instant death kill. And he's going to use his...
Just a regular Chaplain Powerball?
Yeah, just using his Crozius Arcanum. So we're going to go ahead and roll off and see who goes. So John, you can go and roll. 5. Yep. So we need 4s to hit each other.
What's your weapon skill?
6.
So you have 2 wounds?
Yep.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. 2 hits, 2 wounds. So let's see here. I got to make a 3-up. Yeah, 3-up. Got a 5 and a 6, so I'm good. I'm going to make my 3 attacks back. All hits. And now I need 4s to wound.
Strength 6, right?
No, just normal. So 1 save. No, I'm doing my normal strength. 3 makes it. Okay. First round, we're still battling out. Let's go to the second round. 4 attacks.
Reroll 1 for an enemy.
For an enemy.
3 hits.
3 hits.
Needing 2s.
Needing 2s.
3 wounds.
3 wounds. Let's see here. So I failed 1. So I have 2 wounds left. So I have 2 wounds left here. I'm going to make my 3 attacks. I need 4s to hit him. All hits. And I need 4s to wound. 2 wounds. He fails 1. And that's an instant kill death because he doesn't have Internal Warrior. So the Dark Angels win the duel, and now we're off to fight the actual battle. So guys, I rolled higher, so I deployed first. Out here we have a Land Raider. That Land Raider contains my Deathwing Knights as well as Asmodia, and my scouts are deployed over there. And we will go to John's deployment, and he will tell you what he's up to.
Alright guys, so I got my Long Fangs right here sitting behind a hill. There's 1 Rhino with a Meltagun in it. There's the other Rhino, and we got our Thunderwolf Cavalry right there. And then our 10-man squad of Grey Hunters and Ulrich in the back right there. And then I got, those are my reserves.
Sorry guys, forgot to film my reserves. So I got my Nephilim fighter right there in reserve, as well as a unit of 10 Deathwing Terminators with Belial, and then I've got another unit of 5, and those knights are of course in that Land Raider. And so we're gonna go over here, and John's gonna film. John's gonna see if he's gonna steal initiative. No, he doesn't steal initiative. Let's roll. John, you want to roll for night fight too?
Night fighting? Yes.
So we do have night fighting this turn.
Give 200 more points.
So just to let you know, we are going to be playing Spoils of War. So I will draw my 3 objective cards to start, and we'll get this game started. So we will be coming back to you after I do my movement and where I moved. So before starting, I drew my 3 objective cards. I got Hungry for Glory, Psychological Warfare, and I've got a No Forgiveness one. This is a Special Dark Angels one, so I score 1 victory point at the end of the turn if you completely destroy 1 or more enemy units that were controlling an objective marker at the start of the turn. So I will get onto my movement phase and see what happens. So Dark Angels are done movement. I moved up my Land Raider 6 inches. The scouts are going to stay put because they're going to do some shooting over at the Long Fangs, and we will come back after Dark Angels shooting and see if I actually take out anything. So for shooting, my scouts shot at the Long Fangs. I got 2 hits and 1 wound, and he made them. My Land Raider right here fired over there. I got 1 glance and 1 pin. He rolled a 6 on the night fight save, so on the pin, so I just got 1 glance, so he's got 2 whole points left. There will be no assaulting, and we're going to go to John, and he will be discussing what he's going to be doing during his turn.
Alright guys, so I moved the Rhino up, maybe block some line of sight from the snipers and Long Fangs. This Rhino moved up here to get closer to that Land Raider. The Thunderwolves all ran from here up here. He failed a dangerous terrain and failed an armor save, so he took a wound. And these guys ran up to take that objective right there. My objectives right now are hold 3, 4, and 5. He's not even been a hold. So the drop pod landed. He got a direct hit, and the Dreadnought with the Wolf Claw, Heavy Flamer, and Multi-Melta came out. Gonna try to pop that Land Raider right there. I know that's. All right, guys. So I took some shots at the Land Raider. One of the last cannons got a glance on it. That Rhino shot at the scouts to no effect. Same thing with this Rhino, to no effect. They ran, they went 1 inch. I went ahead and chose not to move them so I don't take dangerous terrain. The Dreadnought hit, but he rolled a 5 on the penetration, on the strength chart, and it failed to do anything.
That was only a 13 on the armor, so pretty much nothing.
And they ran up 2 inches. For my objectives, I am holding 5, and 3 and 4. I don't have either one of those. Okay, so that's it. Got 1 objective point.
Okay, guys. So for my cards, I'm actually going to throw away Psychological Warfare. I don't think we're going to have many. I'm going to have many failed pinning tests, so I'm going to draw another card and see what I get. And this is Secure Objective 4, which is I did have, but no one's on it now. So don't have anything there. So I rolled for all my reserves. My Nephilim Flyer came on. My unit of 10 Deathwing Terminators with Belial came on back there, so they dropped in right back behind in his line. Over here, my other unit came in, they hit, placed him right there. Land Raider moved up, turn, he's going to take some shots over here. And then my Knights popped out with Asmodia, and so I can at least get the charge off over here on his Thunderwolf Cavalry so they don't charge me. We will be coming back after I go to my shooting and see what I can pop. So the Nephilim Flyer unloaded everything. Black Sword missiles, the Avenger, Bolter, and the Heavy Bolters, and it killed off 4 Grey Hunters. My Land Raider turn shot everything it had over here at the Dreadnought, and then the template weapons also hit the drop pod, didn't do anything. This unit right here, it completely unloaded. The Cyclone Missile Launcher shot the Rhino, blew it up. the other three Stormbolters shot the Thunderwolf Cavalry, and I got one wound, which actually killed off one. The snipers also shot at the Thunderwolf Cavalry, and I didn't get anything. The unit back here, they all unloaded on the Long Fangs, and the Long Fangs are now gone. And I also had my Cyclone Missile Launcher, which I shot over here at the Thunderwolf, and he made both his 2-up saves. And then I proceeded to run. This unit got 3 inches, so I spread him out a little more. The unit back there got 5 inches, so I spread them out. I know he's got some large blast templates, so I was just kind of wary on that. And we're going to try to do over here, we're going to do an assault right here and see if I can get it off. So the assault went off. Asmodia, he issued a challenge, so Asmodia saw his veteran leader over there with the wolf claws, and I took a wound, but he actually killed Asmodia in the challenge. I killed off 2, so a total of 5 wounds. He killed off one of my Deathwing Knights, so I won combat. He's fearless, so we're good to go. And we will go on to John's turn to see what happens on his turn. So right now, I got no forgiveness because I killed off his Long Fangs that were on that objective. So I got 1 point there, and I got 1 point for First Blood. And so right now I have 2 points. To John, what do you have?
I forget that they don't.
John, how many points you got?
And they should have 2 wounds. Trust me.
To John's 1 point.
They really shouldn't though.
So here we go.
3 characters on the field. So.
All right, guys. So the Storm Fang gunship came in, so I put it right there. They moved up 6. They moved down here. Hopefully, tie these guys up for a little bit. And Dreadnought turned around and faced the Land Raider. He moved up 12 to go ahead and hold that objective right there. The other objective I drew was for destroying a unit in assault phase.
Wow, so that's how this game's gonna go.
So on the shooting phase, I killed 1 scout with that Rhino. Everybody else shot. I also killed 1 Terminator with a bolt pistol. I shot from there into them. They ran. Dreadnought shot and missed. The Storm Fang gunship hit with 1 missile, but he made his Jinx save.
And he missed with everything else.
And he just missed with everything else completely.
A lot of ones.
Lots of ones rolled, yeah. Lots of ones. So we'll go into assault phase. That Dreadnought's going to assault the Land Raider, and they are going to rush into those Terminators right there. See how that turns out. Alright, so assault phase. I killed off 1 Terminator here, and he wiped that unit of Grey Hunters, obviously.
Yeah, that's
the Thunderwolves came out pretty well. Killed the rest of the Knights. He took a wound, one of the Power Fists. Dreadnought did a whole lot of nothing over there. And that's about it.
We should probably just end the game here.
For attack objectives, I held tactical objective 4 over there with that Rhino, so I got his attack objective 4 and my own, and I also destroyed his Knights in close combat.
So for Dark Angel's turn 3, I drew Big Aim Hunter and Subscure Objective 5, and then still have the Hunt for Glory if I issue a challenge. Over here, the Nephilim Flyer turned about 60 degrees and is flying over here on this side of the battlefield. My Land Raider moved away from the Dreadnought and is going to drop some Flamer templates and some Assault Cannons over here on his Thunderwolf Cavalry. Belial Squad moved over, going to shoot over here at his Thunderwolf Cavalry. This unit right here is moving over to shoot at the Thunderwolf Cavalry as well. My scouts are staying put right now, and we will come back after shooting. So for shooting, everything unloaded on the Thunderwolf Cavalry. Everything's dead except for the Wolf Lord. My Nephilim Flyer, I tried to do Big Aim Hunter, so I was trying to destroy that vehicle, and since I was snap firing, I only got one glance on it, so he's down to 2 whole points. And other than that, it's time to move on to Assault, and this should be fairly interesting. So the Assault is over. Belial challenged. He got 1-shotted. and he made all the saves. Kind of pointless. Then he proceeded to make 12 3-ups. Well, I wounded him 12 with the rest of my guys, and he proceeded to make all but 2.
No, it's not steel.
So the Warlord still got 2 wounds left, and he got 1 point for Slay the Warlord for him. And let's see here. I did not do anything, but I did issue a challenge, so I got 1 point for issuing a challenge, which gives me a grand total of 3 points. And John, how many you got? 5. John's got 5.
I just want to say that.
Alright guys, so the Rhino moved up onto the hill, he made his dangerous terrain. Grey Hunters got out of the Rhino. The Stormfang went into hover
I know they
mode.
replaced the first 6, but they should
He's
replace
sitting
that
back there. Ulrich broke off from that group. He moved right there, and they are moving towards that objective right there. I have 2 hold objective marker 3s, so that's what I'll be going for. And so for shooting, the Grey Hunter shot into the scouts, and they took out 2 of them.
Yep, 2 of them.
The Stormfang shot his main cannon, heavy bolters. Heavy bolters did nothing, and the main cannon took a whole point off.
Repeater bot.
The Dreadnought shot his Melta at the Raider without a glance,
It's a hacker.
and that'll be it.
Hey, ready to record? Yep. They failed their leadership and they ran back 7 inches.
Okay.
So.
Strength 7.
So the Warlord took out 1 Terminator. He made all his saves. The Dreadnought popped the Land Raider over here.
So 1 at a time.
And for my objectives, I have 2 that say I need to score 3, which I am right now. So I got 2 points for that, bringing me up to.
So you have 3?
Yes.
But you have 3.
Hold objective 3.
Oh, hold objective 3. I thought you meant have 3
I don't
objectives.
even having a 3-up save.
My bad.
Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 7. TJ has 3.
Okay, so for my cards, I got Apprehended and Interrogate. If I score 1 victory point at the end of the turn, if at least 1 enemy character was slain in the challenge. So if the opponent's Warlord was slain in the challenge during this turn, you get D3 victory points. I don't think I'm going to kill anything in the challenge, but I'm going to go ahead and see what happens. So my Nephilim Flyer moved up another 18 inches over here. It's going to shoot over here. Scouts regrouped. They're going to go over here. My Terminators moved over here. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to shoot at yet. So we're going to go ahead and move to shooting. So Dark Angels for shooting. Nephilim Flyers shot everything it had over here. I killed off 3. Scouts shot, didn't do anything. Over here, the Cyclone Missile Launcher shot at the Rhino. Took off 1 whole point and immobilized it. And then the other unit shot over here at the Dreadnought can't do anything, but that's my primary target because I'm going to try to assault the Dreadnought and kill it. So we're going to move on to assault and see what happens. So for the assaults, over here my scouts assaulted. We both killed off 1, kind of even. Over here, the Dreadnought killed off 1. I took 2 whole points. 1 was a pin. Weapon destroyed. We rolled, and the multi-melta went off. He killed off 5.
Kill off 4.
4. Yay.
4 Terminators.
They killed off 4 Terminators, and I finally killed him off. So we'll see what happens now.
Alright guys, for my attack objectives, I drew 1 to kill a flyer and 1 to kill during shooting phase. The Grey Hunters right there moved up towards these Terminators. The gunship turned a little bit to get a better angle at them.
18 inches of my Warlord.
And that's it. We'll go on to the shooting phase. So the gunship shot all of his weapons right there. He lost 1 to a heavy bolter. He lost 1 to Ulrich, and they shot to no avail. And move on. The drop pod shot at them as well. Move on to the assault phase. Alright, so they charged the Terminator and failed their charge. Ulrich charged in and made him fail a 2-up armor save. He moved 6 inches over to grab 1, which gives me another point.
That's good. I just feel like it's gonna bring on more.
The Dreadnought missed, and then he got killed by Power Fists.
When you get a move grenade, you get an ARO.
A whole lot of nothing happened right here.
So here's my objective cards, same ones I have in the challenge. I think I'm gonna toss that one and draw a new one.
Can't do the 0 and the minus.
Victory point for objective marker 5, which is completely away from me, but hey, may be able to somehow get my flyer over there to be over it. We'll see. And I saw a big game hunter, so I think these Terminators are going to move over and try to kill off that Rhino so I can get big game hunter.
Let me go.
Okay, so for my movement, my Nephilim flyer zoomed off the board, and now the Terminators moved over here to try to take out that Rhino so I can get big game hunter. And this is the survey of the board right now. It's pretty bleak. It's been a pretty good bloodfest, and this is turn 5, so we'll see what happens. So for Dark Angels on shooting, let's see here. They shot, the missile launcher did blow up the Rhino, so I did get big game hunter, and we'll move on to this combat and see what happens there. So on this combat, it was a vicious battle. The scout managed to fall and die, and he moved over there, and that Grey Hunter? That Grey Hunter is going to go out and take out both that whole squad of Terminators all by himself. He's a lone wolf now. And we'll move over to my cards. I did get big game hunter, so I have a total of now 4 points.
Is it in?
So the Grey Hunters moved over here to hold that objective. The gunship zoomed over there. He rolled a 5 on difficult terrain, moved up to take that objective right there. And Ulrich's holding that right there. For my objectives, I have to hold. I have to hold D3 victory points. Score D3 victory points if I control any 3 objectives. Alright guys, so the Stormfang shot his template at the Terminators. He failed 1-2 up, killing 1. Everything else, including that Grey Hunter, the drop pod, everything that's in range shot at him, and he pretty much made all his saves.
I like that a lot.
That's done. They're not done.
And that is the shooting.
You heard about all that, right?
Yeah. Also a 5 attack.
For my cards, I controlled 3 objectives. I got 1 over there, 1 over there, or just holding that one right there. And I rolled a 2, or a 4, so I rolled a 2 on the D3. I got an extra point for that. So I have a total of 10 points to TJ's.
I have a total of 4 points, so I think at this point, since all I have left is just a squad of 3 Terminators, we'll call the game. Good game, Sean.
Good game, TJ.
That was a good, vicious battle
Yeah.
of Space Wolves and Blood Angels.
Bloody game, man. It's fun.